Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Chinist. Today is May 31st, Wednesday, new comic book day, and I have my haul here of 9. So pretty light week this week. Kicking it off, we have Kill or Be Killed. Those of y'all who are not picking this up, man, y'all are missing out. You know, I was a late oncomer for this title. The owner of one of my LCSs actually recommended this to me when it came out in trade. Picked up the trade, fell in love with it. So, switched over to the monthlies at number 5 on. Love the storyline. Man, Ed Brubaker has done a great job setting up this world here. And, so one of the things that kind of turned me off was my misperception that this was kind of like a mob or, mob-based type of, robber type of guy. And, completely wrong. There's a supernatural that's involved in this. He's, at first he was on his own in that first arc. And, as Ed Brubaker is building this world, they're going back further into his family history. They're bringing on additional people who may also see this demon who's involved, and they have law enforcement involved as well now. So yeah, Kill or Be Killed, great title. Okay, this is one. This one's called Paklis. That's actually an I, and this was not on my radar at all. Again, another recommendation from owner of my LCS. And he's aware that that I do enjoy, just like weird storylines, things that are kind of different, not really quirky, but different. This one, he said this one definitely fell. Whoops, risque. This one definitely fell, in that realm. And apparently, this is a anthology. This is like 3 different storylines that kind of go together. And don't know too much about it other than it's really, really different. The artwork looked pretty good to me, especially for like a different weird type of storyline. So yeah, have no clue what this is really about, but seemed really weird and different and piqued my interest. Paklis. Okay, so next up we have Star Wars Dr. Aphra. I do not pick up Dr. Aphra as an ongoing series. I really picked it up looking for the Screaming Citadel part 3 of 5. So this storyline's been okay, decent so far. Not to give away too much, you figure out in number 1, but the main opponent here, they are vampires, and so it's cool that they're able to cross over, Luke that we knew in between episode 4 and 5, before Empire Strikes Back, with a new character, Dr. Aphra. The Dr. Aphra side, I wasn't too intrigued with her just because I really felt that she was just like a Han Solo reboot as a female and then as an Asian to really, hit that market. And, the character's doing very, very well. I don't know, it just didn't really, she didn't really sit well with me. So anyways, yeah, so pick this up really to continue the story arc. I pick up Dr. Aphra. I keep an eye out for store variants and pick those up when I can. So yeah. Okay, picked up the cover B of Secret Empire. So that last, so this is number 3, right? Yeah. So, number 2, I didn't really enjoy number 2 as much as what I did number 0 and number 1. I enjoyed the concept overall. It just, I don't know, man. So some of the artwork, this is very, very low on my scale. This art is like 1.5 to 2, out of 5. So I'm not really sure why Marvel marketed this so well, and it's such a huge crossover for them to put like their B-listed artist on this, man. I just don't really understand that. The overall storyline is there. It seems like there's a little bit too much like crammed into it, but I do enjoy, the storyline overall. I'm hoping that it's finishes out a little bit better than what it is right now. I decided not to pick up that other 2-issue tie-in between I think 2 and 3. So I left that aside. I'm just going to stay with the main title. So yeah, Secret Empire number 3. Okay, next up we have The Visitor. This is one that, I don't really pick up too much Dark Horse, and I don't really read anything that involves Hellboy. So number 1, I got Visitor number 1 in one of my monthly subscriptions. I would have not have picked it up otherwise. It really, I don't know, something really stuck with me on that number 1, to where I decided to go ahead and pick it up. This is an ongoing, I'm sorry. This is a mini-series, I think this is 4 of 5. And, I really got in tune with the Visitor, the character himself, his decisions that he made when he started looking at the human civilization. You see that he kind of was, monitoring Hellboy along the way ever since Hellboy was brought into this realm as a little baby. He's been kind of monitoring his entire life. So, and along the way, he was able to get married to a human. She's aware that he's an alien. They fell in love somehow. You'll get some more backstory, I'm sure. But yeah, really thought this character was pretty cool, pretty different. So, the Visitor. Okay, next up we have Cable #1. I was hoping to pick up a variant on this one. I assume that there would be quite a bit of store variants of this one. I couldn't find any today, but I remember picking up Cable. His first introduction all the way. That's when I was really collecting it. At my peak back then in the mid '90s. So Cable's always kind of been there for me, and part of the cartoon series, that X-Men cartoon series that happened as well. I've always enjoyed him. The mystery that he first brought, to where you didn't really know what his full powers were. They kind of slowly leaked it out, and then they kind of explained his technovirus that he had, and he uses his telekinesis to keep that technovirus at bay, to where that's why he has a metal arm. Pretty cool history, pretty cool background. Strong character. I'm going to read through #1, see if this piques my interest or not. I don't really know too much about the storyline here, but I'm going to see if I enjoy this one to pick this up as an ongoing series or not. I'm not expecting to, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Cable #1. Okay, so next up we have Teen Titans. This is the special that finishes off the Lazarus contract. So I did not get into the crossover. I'm going to kind of see how the crossover did, how the overall story. I'm going to read how it ended, but I'm going to see how it kind of went, and see what the opinion is of the story arc overall, and see if I'm going to pick it up in a trade when it comes out. Because again, I did not cross over to the various titles that this went into. Mainly because, Deathstroke. I'm not really that big of a fan of Deathstroke, to tell you the truth. But, I know he was one of the primary, he was introduced in the Teen Titans title. And, he was like their main opponent for, I guess, decades. So, yeah, a lot of history there. Looking to see how this finishes off, even though I don't know, what all's happened so far. But, yeah, love Teen Titans. Okay, next up, Trinity. This is actually the annual, and that last issue of Trinity, man, that was great. I think y'all should try to pick it up. That last one actually involved the Justice League, so you have like a little ongoing story that's going on there. So I think this annual is, completely, on its side, a one-off storyline that's not tied into the main continuity, possibly. But yeah, enjoy Trinity. The main stars of the Justice League: Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. And this as a standalone title is great. Better than Justice League in my opinion. So yeah, Trinity. Last up, we have The Flash. So I do not know too much about this new story arc. I love The Flash, so I'm going to be continuing on with him regardless of what the storyline is. But I thought the Button was pretty damn good in my opinion, and I think that he continues the sleuthing of kind of what happened. Just a little bit more as this new ongoing series kind of picks up. So yeah, they kind of changed the artist a couple issues back, which in my opinion looks pretty good. And, The Flash is kind of a mainstay for me at this point in time. I really enjoy the new character when they rebooted him, and, The Flash overall connection to, like, any crisis or anything that kind of goes on. So, yeah, I've always loved Hal Jordan as well. So, cool to see a little crossover here. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this week's brand new haul. Should you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Talk to you later.